Hello. Just a really quick video today. Nothing to do with computers of all things. Just recently, as it is winter and it is colder and I am in Canada, I thought to myself, I should maybe, hang on, I see something about to fall here. And I don't want to fall. Oh, yes. Look, it's a bottle of some potion in some vintage tea-eating drug company. And the cork is curly. Anyway, that is not what I had in mind to talk about at all. What I had in mind to talk about is it's winter, it's cold, I'm in Canada, and I hadn't checked the pressure in my tires lately. And so I have a pump hooked into the cigarette lighter. Of course, who uses it for cigarettes anymore? I'm sure there are some. But anyway, hooked it in. It also has a gauge. And I had 4 tires to check, and you know what? 4 tires were low. All of them. They weren't all the same amount of low, but it wasn't good. Like nothing was on the verge of flatness, but it helps with mileage, and also in the winter when you have like snow tires and stuff on, it helps keep the treads open, that they can actually do good things with the snow rather than they kind of crunch in. So anyway, it is winter. It is cold. Not as cold as it has been, but if you haven't checked your tire pressure lately, it's not a bad thing to do. And certainly something you'd want to do on a nicer day than a yucky day. The other thing I find is if the valve is right at the bottom of the circle of the tire, it's more of a pain. So I am more likely to move the car forward or back to get one that is right in the bottom into a nicer position, because I don't know about you, but I don't really like kneeling down in the snow. I really don't. And of course, it is important to not lose your valve cap. Valve caps, especially in the winter, are a good protection because, of course, if you're driving along and you get slimed or splashed or whatever, it is rare, I know, but still, water or something could get in there, and then actually, if it freezes and does other things, it could actually let the air out of your tire. So, don't leave your valve caps. Check your thing, and if you don't have an air pump, and I mean, up here there's Canadian Tire, there's all kinds of places that have them, Princess Auto and such. Watch for when they're on sale. They usually put them on sale now and again. It's a good thing to have in your car, because sometimes even, they're just low. It doesn't mean there's anything terribly wrong with the tires. Things just happen with temperatures and things, but also sometimes if you hit a big bump or something, things can happen. Anyway, it's a good thing to have in your car. So, and if it has my mind goes blank. A gauge on it to tell you what the pressure is, that's even better. And in the old days, these things had these awful things that it was actually, you'd have to push it on and pull this thing over, and then it would make contact, and it was all fine and dandy. If you see a pump like that, don't get it. The ones now are really, really good. And I don't remember the model of the one I have or the name of it or whatever. I know it's blue and gray, I think. Anyway, the place that you would put the air in actually screws on as if it was like the valve cap. And yes, there will be a moment where you hear a little hiss. Just keep on turning till you get it all the way on. And then it shows you the pressure, and then you decide if you're good or not. But those ones, the old ones of yesterday, that have basically like a right angle thing, you push it on, and then you have to push this thing on that forces it on, and sometimes it does it well, and sometimes it doesn't really. Just stay away from them. Anyway, and in and around Toronto and Ontario, and I think a lot of the northeast areas of the United States of America, a big storm is coming. So I'm going to get out and check them today before the rain not the rain, the snow. We're supposed to get a bunch of snow before the snow cometh. And I will also check the tire pressure in my snowblower. Now, as it happens, I know that the tires on the snowblower are a little wonky, so chances are they may not be completely flat, but they'll be down. And even if I fill them today, we're having a storm in a couple of days and they'll probably be down again. But you know what? When I fill them up, they work long enough to get the snow done, and that's all that really matters. And I, of course, last winter said, oh yeah, I'll deal with that this summer sometime. And of course, it didn't get done. Anyway, be safe, be warm, and we'll see you again. Bye for now.